I am Chelsea. I'm an addict, and I'm 19 years old. And life was rough up until this point. I started using drugs at a young age, around 11. And at first, it was just partying and having fun. I didn't think it was an issue. Didn't have a problem. Grades were still okay. And then little by little, my grades started slipping. I started not going to school, partying harder, and still didn't think there was a problem. Getting in trouble here and there, but nothing too major, and just doing my own thing, involved with the wrong people. And it took about 2 or 3 years, and I started, before I started doing anything, I was active in sports and everything, and then little by little I started smoking weed, drinking a little bit, doing harder drugs as the years went on. But before I knew it took about 3 years, and I was doing heroin, and still didn't think it was a problem. Stopped going to school completely, stopped sports completely, and very quickly heroin took over my life. It made everything miserable for me, and I felt trapped in a way. And it was, hard for me to even think it was a problem, because at this point it was just what I did. It was everyday living to me at this point. I entered my first rehab at about 15. My parents addressed that I had a problem. Of course, I didn't, but they saw that something was going on and drugged me into rehab, and I didn't take it very seriously. I still didn't think I had a problem at all. I still thought I was just partying and having fun, and what 15-year-old doesn't do heroin. And I got out of the rehab and just went right back to drugs. And I guess less than a couple months after I got out of that first rehab, I became an IV heroin user, and that's when things really started to spiral out of control. Very quickly, I just destructed my whole world. I got arrested, put in jail, overdoses, and even that didn't stop me. I entered treatment again for a second time, more willing this time, but still didn't see a big problem. I just thought, okay, I'll go to rehab and slow down. And I listened when I was there. I tried to work the program, and I tried, but I just still wanted the drugs. I still didn't admit that I had a serious problem. And that second time I left, I went home, and within a 6-month period, I was in jail 3 times. I overdosed twice. I had a heart attack at 18, and it really took a lot for me to admit that I had a problem. And I entered treatment for a 3rd time, knowing that things were out of control and that I needed help. And I wasn't really willing to stop, but I know I needed some type of help. And being in treatment this last time really has made me think that I do have a problem, and that heroin is not the cause, but has destructed my life. The use of drugs in my life has turned my world upside down and ruined a lot of relationships, a lot of things in my life. And if I wasn't in treatment, I don't know if I would have been able to see it, and I don't even know if I would have been living, because drugs take people's lives, and almost took my life more than one time. But now that I'm in treatment and I see, I'm willing to work a program and work the steps and do everything that I have to do to stay away from drugs, because I know that even if I go back to smoking just weed like I was in the beginning, partying, it'll just lead me right back, and my life will be miserable, and I will feel trapped again, and it'll just be all over again, destruction in my life. And at this point, I'm still young enough to where I want the rest of my life to be great. I don't want to be trapped and handcuffed to a drug. I want to live my life, and I want to be happy. I don't want to feel trapped. I don't want to be miserable. I don't want to hate myself. I want to live a great life, And it took me to just admit that I had a problem and to be willing to let other people help me to really see that life is so much more than drugs. And, you know, you can be happy, and, you know, I don't have to wake up anymore hating myself or worrying about drugs or anything. I can live my life to the best of my ability, and I can grow to my full potential now. To where when I was using drugs, I thought that was it. Drugs was it. That was the rest of my life. I was just going to be using drugs and miserable. But now I'm able to see that I have the world at my feet, and I have the rest of my life ahead of me. And each day I wake up happy and grateful, to where when I was using, I was miserable and hated myself. So at this point in my life, I'm ready to turn it around and not go back to that, because I can't bear the thought of being miserable and trapped underneath of the drugs anymore. I'm ready to live the rest of my life, and I'm ready to be happy, and I'm ready to love myself and wake up grateful every day. And I hope that, you know, somebody else feels the same way. I can't go back to that life, because I know where it leads, and I don't want that life anymore. So, thank you.